I hear you saying you love the First Amendment and then saying it's the goddamn Muslims that are the problem, when you can go on the fucking FBI website and see that of all the terrorist attacks in America, only 6% have been committed by Muslims. The Jews have committed 7%. Think about that in a context. I mean, that's the FBI. If you've got a better source for crime statistics in the United States, I'd love to see it. What a shame that is. When you hear someone doing a show about an amendment or the Constitution or American policy, and they seem to believe in some part of it, and they're really praising it, and then you hear them say things that are absolutely counterintuitive to support for that amendment or policy, why don't you say something? Let's all get on the same page here. Force people to admit that they have a limited scope view of what an amendment or policy or law should protect. You know, I heard about this Indiana thing recently, and I commented, you should not force any religion to serve any group of people that they necessarily disagree with on a fundamental religious level. But at that time, I had the story confused with something else, and I didn't realize it was about businesses serving LGBT. When it comes to business, this comes under the laws of commerce. And yes, you have to serve everybody or get the fuck out of business. Now, what you do behind the walls of the church, if you are forced to marry a gay couple, now we've got a problem. Because now you're bringing the separation of church and state to a dramatic and ugly end. And we cannot have laws telling religions what to do behind the walls of their houses of worship, or how to protest and what kind of things they can say. But when it comes to doing business in America, you can't discriminate. You just can't. So I don't know how that's going to work out with so-called caterers that don't want to serve at gay weddings and stuff like that. That's a tricky one, because I believe in the fundamental protection of religion, even though I think most religion's a fucking joke. It's in the Constitution, and I dig it. I see why some people are religious. I see why they follow their faith. And as an agnostic, I have to admit that any one of them may be fully correct. And I'm willing to die to protect your right to serve that religion. However, you got to be willing to protect other religions too if you believe in America. If you just believe in your religion and you don't believe the other one should really have any say-so, then you're not as American as you think you are. You should probably look over that Constitution again. It's not very long. It's about 4,500 words, give or take. Look over the amendments. Look over the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments. And look over the amendments that were struck down, that were proposed. Have a look at them. Remember them. And then ask yourself, how American are you really? Because if you find yourself disagreeing with half of the Constitution and half of the amendments, when you really get down into what you think, you may be in the wrong country. Just a thought. That's what I'm going to close it on, but I'm not going to let you get out of here without some Jazz Addicts And this is what a giant vagina says when it has been, overused. Somebody had sex at 100 hours out of the past 150. They've got a yawn going on. They're going to say The vagina's going to say And before I do that, I want you to hear what I think about giant vaginas in a nutshell.
Have you ever thought about what a walking vagina would look like? I'm losing my mind, folks. I'm sorry. Have you ever thought about what a walking vagina would look like? I mean, first of all, it would just kind of look like two long legs with so the clit would look like a little sailor's hat or like a little French hat on top. Hello. I'm a vagina. I'm a vagina. Welcome to France. Do you smell the poisson?
Four scores and many more for your spirit to grow. See what you're hearing as our lyrics to go.
For sure, award tours when you hear it, you know the true dope. Never fear it, just grow.
Yo, it's flavor like adobo. It's major when I quote flows. Call me the po-po. Just a go. I gave it a whole show, so don't slow the vocoder. Add them the vocals for later.
Beta tested the best is the fertile crest and the freshness. Learn your lesson, the rest is the perfect weapon. Keep stepping in the direction of home base.
We're blessed with our own case, a method, so we stuck at our own pace.
Take a minute, look around, you see the world that you're missing in all position. Inspiration's the mission.
Never impossible, let it repeat and then rock with the beat and then repeat it again. Are y'all ready to breathe again?
Slow down, little youngin' with your grind on. Get your timing right, the limelight's no place to get your shine on. Don't drown the signs, wrong you in the deep end. Breathe it in and it really begins.
We got records that actually spin. No iPhone, compose this with a pad and a pen.
On my phone, I'll be yapping with family and friends.
In my zone, this is where your reality ends, and we're at it again.
There's no tricks up the sleeve.
Just have faith and believe
in yourself for go wealth, for good health and sunshine.
Look to the sky, get your supplies for the front line. Look at my eyes, some of your lies, it's crunch time. So one time, 1, 2 time, 2, 2. Even you and your crew can do what we do.
Never impossible. Let it repeat and then rock with the beat and then repeat it again. Are y'all ready to breathe again?
Is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead. All the truth you can handle running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth on Tap.